I'm sorry. What? Intelligence suggests pro-Ukrainian group sabotage pipelines, U.S. officials say? Wait. Stop. I thought it was Russia? Wait, hold on. Wait, but everybody told me it was definitely Russia. Ukrainians could learn a thing or two from how America treats Kurds. Okay? They could. And how disposable U.S. allies are. I don't know why they don't recognize this. That's unique? No, the fuck it's not. CIA says it's not Russia, but also definitely not them too. Wonder who could it be? Probably just some random people. Yeah, maybe they just, a couple people just took matters in their own hands. So what happened? So when Seymour Hersh was like talking about how, it was definitely the CIA. Everyone was like, oh, he's crazy. He's kooky. He's out of his mind. At least Hersh's scoop forced Langley and its media muppets to finally come up with a cover story, which hilariously concludes no one really is responsible but some rogue Eastern Slav freelancers totally unconnected to anyone on Team NATO. Interesting, this drops just days after Schultz visited Biden, offers zero details on how these alleged freelancers allegedly carried it out, unlike Hersh's scoop. Reads like Langley is doing damage control via trusted media pets. Yeah, it seems like that because that's absolutely what's going on. Okay? If you are to tell me that a bunch of random motherfuckers were able to blow up pipelines, okay? After the first Gulf War, we literally called on the Iraqi people to rise up against Saddam, and they did, and we watched them get slaughtered. Yeah. A random group of divers, dude, with munitions that they just found somewhere. Who could have given them the munitions? Don't ask that question. No. Don't do that. Come on, man. It's just a bunch of guys, dude. Chill out. They were actually eco-terrorists. They were people who were Green New Deal advocates, actually. Remember when what's his face? Fango, our resident EV expert, was like, well, technically it's morally good to like blow up a pipeline. I was like, motherfucker, what are you talking about? That shit literally leaked so much. It was devastating for the environment. The fuck do you mean? Yeah. They crowdfunded on GoFund missile. Anyway, that's crazy, man. Largest gas leak in human history, by the way. Yeah. By the way, there's nothing more cucked from the German side. There is nothing more cucked. Nothing more cucked than just being like, we don't know who did this. I mean, we just did the investigation and concluded that it was a bunch of Slavs, I think. Very, very nice. I mean, who knows? Who knows who could have done it? It's like, dude, you're done. Like, fascism is coming to Germany. 100%. Motherfuckers are cold as shit. Energy prices are high. And now it's directly going to be pointed at, U.S. and U.S. allies. And the AfD is going to eat this shit up. The AfD and other, anti-liberal German movements that also side themselves with Russia are going to turn around and say, this is absolutely America. They blew up our fucking pipelines. Fuck you. Germany trying to go 0 for 3. Yeah. Anyway, they Shinzo Abe'd the pipeline. The Polish Minister of Foreign Affairs tweeted, thank you, USA, after the pipeline sabotage. Yeah, I mean, literally. There's the German, what the fuck? Accept and continue. Zeit Online with the ads. Nord Stream investigations traces lead to the Ukraine. Investigators have identified the boat from which the Nord Stream attacks were carried out. Apparently, it was rented by a company owned by Ukrainians. Very nice. The German investigative authorities have apparently made a breakthrough in solving the attack on the Nord Stream 1 and 2 pipelines. After joint research by the ARD Capital Studio, the ARD political magazine Contraste, SWR and Zeit, it was possible to largely reconstruct how and when the explosive attack was prepared in the course of the investigation. Oh, oh mein Gott, ich kann nicht glauben. How could the pipeline Nord Stream 1 and 2 just blow up on its own? We did the investigation and found that it was a bunch of Slavs. They did it on their own, you know? Accordingly, traces led in the direction of Ukraine. However, investigators have not yet found any evidence as to who ordered the destruction. I mean, who could have ordered the destruction? Who could have done this thing, you know? Who could have benefited the most from this kind of destruction? It certainly wasn't the German people, right? I would go so far as to say that it maybe wasn't the Russians either. On the night of September 26th, 2022, 3 of the 4 strands of the Nord Stream 1 and 2 pipelines on the bottom of the Baltic Sea were destroyed by the explosions. Specifically, according to information from the ARD Capital studio, the investigators are contrasts. Managed to identify the boat that was allegedly used for the secret operation. It is said to be a yacht rented from a company based in Poland, apparently owned by 2 Ukrainians. According to the investigation, the secret operation at sea was carried by a team of 6 people. It is said to have been 5 men and 1 woman. According to the group, consisted of a captain, 2 divers, 2 diving assistants, and a doctor, who are said to have transported the explosives to the crime scenes and placed them there. The assassins used professionally forged passports, which are said to have been used, among other things, to rent the boat. How? Wow. Random guys, just Ukrainian nationalists, you know? Very crazy, very nice. I mean, these guys, it seems like they got the training and the capabilities, but, you know, it's very, very confusing. I'm Dumkov, you know? I'm very stupid. I'm very stupid, I don't know. Oh, who could have given them the bombs, I mean? Who could have given them the bombs? I mean, who trained them, I wonder? Seems the oil line assassins broke down into ninja squads. Has anyone questioned Konoha yet? It's wild how the U.S. takes all this time to come up with a fake narrative about who did it, and it's this weak-ass shit. First of all, it's not even a fucking fake narrative. I believe all of this stuff is true. I just don't think that they're random Ukrainians, or even if they are random Ukrainians or Ukrainian allies, I wonder where they got the bombs from, and I wonder where they got the training from. I wonder who these people are. It's like oddly specific, and yet they could not place who these people are. What's going on there, you think? Fake passports? According to the investigations, the command set sail from Rostock on September 6, 2022. The equipment for the secret operation was previously transported to the port in delivery truck, it is said. According to the research, the investigators subsequently managed to locate the boat again the following day in Wieck. I don't know how to fucking say that. And later on the Danish islands of Christiansø, northeast of Bornholm. The yacht was then returned to the owner in an unclean condition. According to the research, investigators found traces of explosives on the table in the cabin. According to information from the ARD Capital studio Contraste, a Western Secret Service is said to have sent a tip to the European partner services in the autumn. Shortly after the destruction, according to which a Ukrainian commando was responsible for the destruction. After that, there are said to have been further intelligence indications that a pro-Ukrainian group could be responsible. Your friends aren't insanely into deep-sea demolitions and sabotage? Find a new circle. Get uncomfortable. You won't grow like this, dog. Gotta grind harder. Yeah. You make up the average of your 5 best friends, okay? I'll tell you what. You are the average of the 5 closest homies you have. And you got to have 1 doctor and 2 diving experts and 1 demolition expert at least. That's how you roll. Sigma Grind said, dude. Straight up. By the way, All my haters can suck my nut. Remember, I just gotta fucking point out that, like, I was right. Everyone was fucking yelling at me, but I was right. Germany is so cucked by America, it shouldn't even count as Europe. Excuse me. There is nothing more Europe than being cucked by America. Anyway, stop the voice. I'm gluten free. Okay. Even if traces led to Ukraine, the investigators have not yet been able to find out who commissioned the suspected group of perpetrators. I mean, I'm sure this will go away. And if they don't go away, I wonder, I mean, they'll just find a fall guy. Who cares? There's plenty of fucking people that you can point the finger at. If international security circles, it is not ruled out that this is also a false flag operation. This means that traces could have also been deliberately laid out to point to Ukraine as the culprit. However, the investigators have apparently found no evidence that confirms such a scenario. The Ukrainian government could not initially be reached for comment. The Attorney General also declined the comment. A German government spokesman referred to the ongoing investigations by the Attorney General as the authorities in Sweden and Denmark. Only a few days ago, Sweden, Denmark, and Germany informed the United Nations Security Council that the investigations are ongoing and that there are still no results, said the government spokesman. The Ukrainian President Advisor Mikhail Podolyak said in a statement to the ARD Capital Studio contrast that, Of course, Ukraine, had nothing to do with the attacks on Nord Stream 2. There's no confirmation that Ukrainian officials or the military took part in this operation or that people were dispatched to act on their behalf. It is conceivable that Russia is behind it. There are a lot more motives and a lot more uses in this scenario, Podolyak said. Yeah, totally. Yeah, no, totally. There's all the motive for Russia to blow up its own pipeline. You're right. Yeah. I love when I fucking spend billions of dollars on building and constructing a fucking pipeline only to blow it up. Destroying your money pipeline to own the libs. Yeah. Destroying your singular most important fucking mechanism of, like, making Europe concede to own the libs. This is coming from the people that burned their Nikes. Yeah, I don't know, man. All signs are pointing to Saddam Hussein. I mean, the Iranians. We need to invade. Yeah. Destroying your pipeline while you hold the gas. Anyway, intelligence suggests pro-Ukrainian groups sabotage the pipelines, U.S. officials say. New intelligence reporting amounts to the first significant known lead about who was responsible for the attack on Nord Stream pipelines that carried natural gas from Russia to Europe. New intelligence reviewed by U.S. officials suggests that the pro-Ukrainian group carried out the attack on the Nord Stream pipelines last year, a step towards determining responsibility for an act of sabotage that has confounded investigators on both sides of the Atlantic for months. Yeah, it's so confusing for everybody. Can we read Seymour Hersh now? Because that article was put out to distract from that, in my opinion. I mean, we can, but, like, it doesn't... I told you this from the jump, okay? The reason why I didn't read the Seymour Hersh article when it first came out was literally because, like, I don't need the Seymour Hersh article to tell you that it's, like, that it's, you know, come on. I said it when it happened, and people yelled at me and said, dude, what the fuck? How dare you? How dare you say that? It made no sense to me, but I had to fucking sit there and concede because liberals in the chat were like, well, you were wrong about Russia invading Ukraine, which is like what they hold on to every day. Why would Ukraine not take full responsibility right away if they were them that did it? Are you kidding me? Why the fuck would they openly admit that they blew up the pipeline when that would destroy, like, it's significantly more contentious to, like, give weapons to Ukraine and eat the cost of, like, being in political turmoil with Russia, where in the eyes of, like, random European citizens. It's literally the pipeline that's keeping the European Union warm. You're destroying civilian infrastructure of your allies? Do you think that is a good thing to openly admit? Are you crazy? Let's be real, man. It was the U.S. They did it with the bridge. Yeah, I know they did it with the bridge, which is literally also something that the United States government thought was fucking unacceptable. When I said the bridge blowing up is terrorism in the same variety that like Russia fucking constantly blowing up power pipeline, their power infrastructure, a lot of liberals yelled at me. They made videos about it. I didn't even cover it, so I don't give a shit. I don't fucking care. Suck my dick. Okay? It was true. Blowing up the fucking Crimean bridge is still absolutely an act of fucking unjustifiable terror, okay? Which, for the record, that was unacceptable. That was so unacceptable that the United States of America turned around and said, stop doing that. Like, the U.S. literally openly came out, and weirdly enough, those very same people that were yelling at me for calling it an act of terror never turned around and said, oh yeah, you're maybe right. The U.S. State Department found it to be a bridge too far, no pun intended. Like, think about that. Look, here. Where the fuck was it? They were also writing those points to discredit Hassan and Ukrainians' blood, where Hassan moved on from it instantly and focused on people in Ukraine, not petty internet squabbles. Yeah, I know. They're just fucking insane. They just think it's an own. Who cares? It doesn't matter.